Hi everyone, I'm Jack from Jack's English.
And I'm Luke from Learn English Like a Pro, and welcome to the 6th episode of our Learn English podcast. This podcast is designed to help you improve your listening skills by listening to our natural English discussions.
Yes, and don't forget there's a free download in the description of YouTube or your podcast where you can download a podcast handout with all of today's vocabulary and expressions and also some listening questions and answers. So make the most of that.
Yes. And today's topic is about seasons.
Yes.
So let's kick this off with a very simple question. So Jack, what's your favorite season and why?
Well, I'd have to say summer.
Okay.
Obviously I lived in England for a long time, and the English summer is very nice. It is hot, believe it or not. A lot of people say, oh, English weather, but the English summer can be very hot, and one of my favorite activities is a barbecue.
Oh, nice.
So summer barbecues are perfect. I love them, being outside, the family in the garden with some ciders. Ciders, I'm not sure if you have this in your country, but cider is my favorite drink. And it's how can we call it? Like a fermented apple drink, almost like an apple beer.
It's apple beer, right?
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it.
So sitting outside, ice cold cider and meat on the barbecue, some salads. That's perfect.
Yeah, right. Well, you stole the best season. So
Yes.
I'm gonna go for winter.
Okay.
So actually the UK winter in terms of the weather is not great. It's dark early, it's pretty cold, and it rains a lot. But for me, I love action sports.
Okay.
So when I grew up, I lived right by the beach, so I went surfing all the time. And in the UK, actually, we have really great surf in winter, only in winter. So yeah, we have great waves all over the coast of Wales, where I come from. The Cornish coast, which is south of England, and Ireland has amazing waves. I also love snowboarding. So we don't have anywhere to snowboard in the UK, but I went to France quite a lot to go snowboarding. So I think I have to go for winter just for the action sports.
Isn't it, obviously it is good for those kind of sports, but I know I live quite close to Wales, and it's such a wet season. And it actually, where I live, because we live in we live in a forest actually, it really affects day-to-day life, and you can't really walk because it's so muddy. The sun rises so late in the morning and it sets so early in the evening. Isn't that an issue?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. You stole the best one. Summer's the best.
Yeah, right.
but in terms of action sports, I think winter is the best for surfing and snowboarding.
Yes, right. Yeah, I'm such a fan of summer.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned in the previous podcast, I am a golfer.
Yes.
So summer was huge for me.
Yeah.
The wind dies down, the fairways, the grass is kind of harder, and it's just a nicer time of year.
That's true. Actually, can I change mine to summer? To be honest, summer's best, but for some reasons winter is also good. Okay, so let's talk now about British culture a little bit. So of course, every season has different traditions. So what are some British traditions for each of the seasons?
Well, I'll stick with summer again. And I think, certainly where I live, festivals are a big part of summer.
Right.
So, yeah, where I live, I mentioned it in a previous podcast, so I won't go into it too much, but we have this huge Folk Week festival, which is a summer festival. It's actually a month long, or perhaps even more. Lots of, singing, dancing, events, fireworks. So that's the first thing I would mention is summer's just, everyone wants to be outside and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Summer in the UK is really nice. Actually, yeah. A lot of people go out to their local green or the park and have some beers with their family, and kids play around. It's just a nice time of year.
Yes.
However, you stole summer again, so I have to go back to winter. So, of course, Christmas is a huge deal in the UK.
Yes.
Everyone celebrates Christmas with a lot of excitement and joy. So I think, yeah, definitely winter has some good traditions. We have Christmas markets, for one, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but every town has like a designated spot where they have little stores which sell Christmassy goods and treats, like Christmas snacks, like apples and toffee and mulled wine, which is hot wine. And they have Santa Claus.
Hot cider.
Hot cider too, right? And they have Santa Claus walking around to entertain the children.
Yes.
Usually an ice rink in the middle where you can go ice skating and listen to Christmas carols as well. And on top of that, they have beautiful Christmas lights and a beautiful Christmas tree. Yes. So I think those winter markets are pretty amazing.
That part of winter is wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially if you go to the right place. I went to Edinburgh in Scotland, and that was a wonderful Christmas market and so much to do there.
Yeah.
And I think in England, in the whole of the UK, we really celebrate Christmas, don't we?
Totally.
We really enjoy that.
Oh, yeah. Especially, for Christmas week, the week around Christmas, everyone is so happy.
Yes.
So people are off work.
Yeah.
Kids are excited for Christmas. Yeah. Everyone's just very cheerful and very friendly at this time. So it's a wonderful time of year.
And I think also, I suppose this is kind of a tradition, is that after Christmas you've got the Boxing Day sales.
Yes.
It starts on Actually, it's the January sales, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
But nowadays it starts on Boxing Day, the 26th, and it's a month of really hardcore sales, isn't it?
Oh, 2 years ago I bought this really nice jacket, which was £300. Yeah, I got it for like £50 on sale.
Really?
It's amazing.
Yes, so if you are thinking of going to the UK, right. Really make the most of that. It's wonderful. I suppose a tradition, isn't it? It's a shopping tradition.
Exactly.
But coming back to summer, what another regarding the festivals, we do have huge music festivals as well, don't we?
And actually, two of them, I'm sure you'll mention them, Reading and Glastonbury, are world famous festivals.
Yeah. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of people go to them, don't they? Yes. And there's much more than that. There's the Leeds Festival as well.
Yeah, right. Isle of Man.
Yeah. There's some great festivals, even down in Brighton and other places like that. So summer's a huge season of festivals.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
And it's because the weather's so nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on and talk about the best season to visit the UK.
Okay. I'm going to take it again,
you
right?
Take it again.
What I always mention to my students is, in April, you've got April showers.
Yeah.
Do you have this in Wales as well? Is there, do you call it April showers?
Yes, definitely.
You do?
Yeah.
So you've got April showers. A shower is light rain, isn't it? It's not heavy rain. Throughout April, there's just a lot of light rain, which is not particularly nice to be there in that kind of weather, right?
Right.
So I always say to my students, sort of aim for around May until... Nowadays, you get these late sort of Indian summers, don't you? Indian summer is a late summer that kind of comes back around September, October. So I suppose May to October, what do you think?
Maybe not as far as October, but like maybe mid-September is still really nice. Yeah, totally. I'm gonna copy you this time and say if you're gonna visit the UK on holiday, it has to be summer.
Yeah,
really it does. The days are very long. The sun rises at around 4:00 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and then the sun sets at about 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
So the days are beautifully long. It's not too hot. We do hit 30 degrees sometimes, but it's never much more than that. And it's not as humid as most other countries.
It's a dry summer, isn't it?
Dry summer, yes. And because of the long days, people stay out late. Restaurants and pubs are open later. You can enjoy the gardens in the cities and go to the beautiful beaches that the UK has to offer.
Yes.
I think you have to come in summer.
Yes, I agree. And as you said, the gardens. And if you're going to London, which a lot of people do, you've got the wonderful parks.
Yes,
where you've got to have the weather for it, because a rainy park and a sunny park are two totally different things. But I'll give you a warning, and this is something that my students are kind of surprised by, is that in the parks in London, a lot of people have their tops off.
Yes.
And they're sunbathing. Right.
Yeah, sure.
And we love to sunbathe, don't we?
Well, it's not often that we have chance to kind of get a tan. So when the sun comes out, t-shirts come off.
You got to make the most of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. So my students are kind of surprised by that, but go to the parks, go to the pubs, right? The beer gardens.
Beer gardens, yeah.
I really miss that, the nice beer gardens during summer.
Yeah, right.
It's well worth going in summer, I think.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. We hope you do visit the UK in the summertime.
Yes.
If you do, let us know, and we'll see if we're around and meet you, maybe.
Yes, I hope so. Yeah, so thanks for watching this episode. We'll be back next week with more of this good podcast material.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.